Hello everyone. This video I'm going to talk about CSS selectors. Uh, First one as a selector, I'm going to speak about universal selector. Universal selector is the selector which applies entire entire which apply your styling to the entire HTML code. If we using universal selector, it will apply that CSS property to the entire HTML code of your website. And it has very simple syntax. We are using strike mark and the curly brackets. Let's see how it's working in the uh, example website. Here I'm going to use W3X schools online editor. In between the style tags, I'm going to write strike mark and the curly brackets. Then I'm using CSS attribute as a letter spacing. Letter spacing. And I'm going to use here as a letter spacing as a 5 pixels. Okay. When we apply to the letter spacing as a 5 pixel, it is applied to the entire code of your HTML. It's like it's applied to the header sections, paragraph sections, and the all sections in the HTML code. For the I'm going to reduce into 2 pixels. Now it's like more beautiful. Okay, then I'm going to talk about the second selector in this video, which is type selector. We use type selector to select the selected HTML element, styling the selected HTML element. For the example is here, we are using H1 selector and the H2 selector. In between the curly brackets, we are using the CSS attribute. Okay, let's see how it's working in the HTML code. For the sample code, I use H1 selector to the text align center and the border properties and the border radius as a 5 pixel and the padding as a 10. Okay, if we are want to using that same styling to the paragraph section, we don't need to recode this. We can simply use the selector as a H1 selector and the paragraph selector. Paragraph uh, tag in the HTML code. Then I'm going to run. Then you can see the code is changed into the paragraph section is already changed into the styling as the heading sections. Okay, but in the both in this both cases, it applies entire sections styling the entire section. But if we want to select a special section and we are going to use a special styling to that section, there is another selector called class selector. We can use class selector. Before we are using class selector, we have to specify a attribute in the in the particular tag in the HTML code. In here, here we are using h1 tag, and we name we are define an attribute class called Japan for the Japan text in the h1 head. Then we can in the style in between the style tag, we can styling that class using the CSS attributes. Let's first see how to define an attribute in the CSS element in the HTML element. Okay, here in the for the H1 Japan heading, I'm going to define any attribute class attribute name as heading. Okay, then I am going to styling this heading class using the class selectors. In between the style tags, I'm going to select first I'm going to select that class. The selected class, we are going to this syntax dot class name. Then it selects it select what CSS property need to be applied for the which class. Then in between the curly brackets, we are defining the CSS attributes. Okay, here I'm first I select the headings. Then I'm going to audit dot heading. Then we have already selected the class. Then we are going to, when we styling attributes, I'm going to use as a background color. Background color. I'm going to change the background color as a red. Okay, you can see the changes in the class, in the selected class. It changes the background color. If you want to, if you want to do the same color to the another heading, we have simply give this attribute to the which heading we are want to change. In here, I'm going to apply the same class to the India headings. Then we can see the changes in India heading also turning into the red color. Okay, then we can use another CSS attribute. We can change the letter as the font. We can change the font family. As a cursive. Okay, then we can see the in the heading class in the head in the for the heading classes, it changed the font family as a cursive. In the India also it changes. I think this video will help you to identify the class selectors in the CSS and the type selector and the universal selector. Okay, see you in another video. Thank you.